Welcome to Dan ERG YouTube. Emmanuel Agbogu said the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, don't start to make plans to decamp to APC. He said because Obaseki don't see and say, he no go fit win the court case where he face. Make I leave you with Emmanuel Agbogu as he begin to reveal so many other things. Enjoy the video.
So we're thankful to the NPDC for providing such service. Your Excellencies,
Yes. Good afternoon, my conscious and ever progressive, ever dogged, and ever desiring Edo people. I remain no other person than your snobby right activist, Comrade Agbogu Emmanuel. And of course, if you're just joining me, sorry, I had earlier said I would be live 12:30, but I need to apologize for coming up late, even if I know most of you had been calling in to find out why I was not live. Very well, as you all know, matters in the Federal High Court are still ongoing, as we are getting information, issues surrounding the happenings in Edo State is what we are going to be discussing today. And those information still border on issues of litigation, of pre-election issues that the statute bar, even in the position where the Supreme Court, the governor has approached the Supreme Court, having all efforts get towards ensuring that the matter of forgery and perjury lying under oath is not ahead in the competent court of law. So as you all know, it is so sad that we are setting a precedent for our democracy where you can usher in any kind of element, even when the law stipulates that the person must have an O level or thereabout. The person has a complicated issues, and the Supreme Court is allowed, the court is allowed to, allow this stretch of statute bar, applications filed before all apex courts to continue. We are bound to have issues and crises in our democracy. This is also one of the window channels that government and the judiciary would be creating if they allow such, nefarious efforts to be attained. So my Edo people, as I'm speaking to you, there's currently a whole lot going on in Edo State this moment. As I speak to you, one of the biggest gas plants in this part of West Africa will be open today in Edo State, particularly in Olobo. As I speak to you, the functions are ongoing. We have ministers and other high dignitaries in state, and information reaching us from pre-discussions that have taken place in the seat of government before the advance of this occasion is that the governor is making all frantic efforts to decamp back to the APC, all in a bid to ensure that the matters in court are not heard. So laughable. This is the same APC he once destroyed people's homes. This is the same APC he once shut down people's businesses. This is the same APC he once destroyed people's source of livelihood, owing to the fact that they are not his supporters, owing to the fact that he believes that they do not have a right to express themselves. They do not have a right as party members to kick against what they believe is not a norm to their style of governance. Now, people might be saying Edo State is getting it right, but I laugh. Today we are having a project that has been claimed to be built by the Edo State government within the last election, being commissioned with a full federal government, full-fledged commissioning plan. And the most painful part of it is that the Edo State government, claiming that they have invested so much in that, cannot even come out today to tell us this is what investment they have in such a program. It is very clear that the President Muhammad Buhari-led government was in Owerri a few months ago to commission same modular sort of refinery capacity of the Nigerian NPDC. We are now in Olobo today. The federal government, as I speak to you, even the Minister for State our brother from the upper side of Niger, Timi Receiver, is also in the state to greet such occasion. Now, even as we speak, a lot of these issues are still not being understood in the public domain. Even as we are speaking now, somebody with the name Evans Gwewese is telling me I lie too much. If there's any atom of lie that you feel I've said in what I've just said, please approach the Edo State courts. We have magistrate, we have federal courts, we have appeal court. So you can approach appeal. So approach any of the courts, competent court of law, to contest what I've said or to charge me for any form of misinformation, in the public domain. So, frankly speaking, Edo people who are following our presentations on social media would agree with us that we have been on top of the Olobo issue, even if at some point people try to feel that we are fighting our own ethnic divide. But we some of us have this belief that the life across the southern region of Nigeria, across the entire south part of Nigeria, in fact, this geopolitical enclave that we see as one, whether you call us Ijos, whether you call us Benis, whether you call us Ikas, whether you call us Ishekiris, whether you call us Aizons, name it, whether you call us Afemai, whether you call us Esans, we see ourselves as one collective people, fighting a common destiny as far as this geopolitical divide is concerned. So when you see some persons, because of economic opportunity, trying to fight the existence of a traditional opportunity, a traditional heritage, to a standstill and holding grip of it. Now they are no longer saying that the Shekiri does not have land in Olobo. Very funny. Now they are now forcing people to come and subject themselves and become alajas and become so laughable. But in all of this, there are certain things, as somebody who is knowledgeable, who is informed about what is going on in the society, that I will want to begin to ask in coming days to come. Do we really have these gazetted rights in our laws in Edo State to just establish dukedoms and give people rights of presiding over ancestral homes of ordinary Edo people? It's getting somewhere in our Nigerian society where the indigenous rights of people, if it's not being respected, somebody can just sit down in a particular place and claim dominance of an ethnic settlement that have been there for over the years. It is something we must, as a people, sit down and begin to tell ourselves. If not, this thing will grow up to an extent with the kind of level of gangsterism, with the act of level of inequality in our society. It will go up to an extent to cause more ethnic divide. So, but be that as it may, this is not the discussion for today. Our very much discussion for today is that we are getting information that the governor wants to decamp back to the APC. Now, the question we are asking, is this the same APC that he said all sort of printable things about? That he said, their members, are thieves, are agberos, they don't want the interest of the state. And since he has left them, I believe Edo State has attained more heights than when it was under the leadership of Edo State. Because as far as I'm concerned, most of those states you see that are benefiting from this vast petroleum investments from the federal government of Nigeria are mostly APC states. I mentioned Imo State to you previously, and just now I'm also mentioning Edo State. So I'm not waiting to see if that of Delta or that of Rivers will come up. But as far as I'm concerned, these two states that you're talking about, Imo and Edo State, are APC governed states before the Edo State lost out through the just completed elections. But let me say something straight. Let me conscientize the interests of people. In this our society, people only play relevance to those issues that are economical. Economical in the sense that somebody's building, a member of a political interest, his building was demolished. Somebody's assets, his right to ownership was taken by the state. taken by the state in a situation whereby the person was already in court, praying to the court that his property should not be demolished. The state went out of the contempt of court to demolish such property. But today, that same authority and state is jumping from one apex court to the other, seeking for court injunctions, seeking for court support and rulings to further derail the hearing of a suit that border on perjury and forgery. If I go by some sentence or standards in our national anthem, it says honesty, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Where are this tranquility, this orderliness, this fora of equality, rights to be fair, rights to be judged equally? Now these people that are hijacking the state power, if not oppression, that are in total grip of state power, they are using state power to the extent that they can abuse it when it's in their own interest, but when it comes to the interest of what is not in consensus with them with their own, what does not align with their aims and aspiration, what do? They go all out to ensure that the court stands firm to do that which they believe will favor them. How else can we as a people continue to live in this kind of society and expect growth, expect a better future, expect a developed Edo State to be the order of the day? It is very, very sad that even as a Benin man, the Benin race will run to criticize people that conscientizes even the customs and norms. It is an aberration, it is an abomination that a house belonging to a fellow Benin man should be demolished. But when government does that, even when the seat of power is in the hands of the Benis, the entire Benin nation fails to understand that even justice can be gotten for moving our customary rights, when even it is not enshrined or gazetted as a law. We are looking at it as if it's a mere lip service. But the fundamental norm of what is known, everybody knows I don't speak Benin very well, but everybody knows when you say Agogowa, you don't break someone's house, you don't demolish someone's property, you don't spoil the progress. Now a house belonging to a Benin man, a progressive Benin man who will invest to the extent that they invest in tourism to the volume of over 30 room hotel. That hotel was demolished. Till date, nobody is saying anything. But when somebody comes to ask why it is so, that person is printed as an enemy. That person is seen to be far-fetched from what is a norm in our society. Only God can tell. Only God can tell if this is the right way to go. I believe if that house was belonging to somebody, of a refined ideological political framework, they will say, oh, because if it is him, let us give way, forgetting the fact that what is bad and what is good is good. My dear people, with the way and manner in which oppression, intimidation, political rascality, political atheism, with the way we are going about this, Edo State will not be a better place for all. If you talk about street lights, what will bring about security, ease of life, more job opportunities in the state at noon hours, they will say we are talking story. But that same government will go into the hallowed chamber, inaugurate member even with short knicker at about 11 p.m. in the night, remove the roof of the House of Assembly, invade the House of Assembly with Indian smokers, Morocco smokers, cigarette smokers, and they will say that those people who are saying that these things are bad, and even if it has been the antecedent, you should not allow to continue. They will say we do not know the better for it. Why is it that this impunity, why is it that this hallelujahism of backwardness, this hallelujahism in backwardness, this hooliganism in mental assimilation and judgment is never forgotten in our life, and allow the decency of all morality and openness and fairness of justice to take the order of the day? When shall we as a people begin to understand that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere? It pains we as young Edolites who will have oh God. I feel so ashamed. I feel so ashamed. I feel so ashamed. But nevertheless, we shall overcome. I am of the opinion that we shall overcome. Please, if you are not hearing the audio, I see Julius Raymond, you say you are not getting the audio. If you can do me a favor, please confirm if that audio is reaching out. If you are getting my audio, please place your hands and help me type yes that the audio is on. If you are getting the audio, please help me type yes that the audio is on. You will be doing us a lot of favor if you're helping us with that right about now. Audio okay. Alright, audio is okay. Mofili, thank you. Bello OG, thank you. Ola Omolede Adusu, thank you. Thank you very much for helping us with that. So as we are discussing, we should not also forget that this same APC, this today PDP, former APC leadership under Governor Godwin Obaseki, also took the candidate of the APC, the deputy candidate, in his most respected person, Honorable Gani Audu, to the Federal High Court, seeking that he has the issue of a similar issue of that of Bayelsa. But when the court looks at the evidence and the defense of Gani, the court in its wisdom struck out the case, saying that the case does not have the merits. But now that of the PDP, because state resources are available, because government feels that they have the overwhelming right to superimpose themselves on the system, they are jumping for one court. If God tells you the cost of what this court visitation is costing the state, you will agree with me that the likes of TV Road, the likes of Ekenwa Road would have, seen triple effort of the myopic, very, very, very dull and unpleasant and very weak construction that is going on there. So, my dear people, let us begin to know that the devil that we say is bad is now being seen, to be better than the angel that we claim we know. Let me still lay some emphasis to the fact that 55 megawatt of power, also more power that they say is commissioned, that has been working for how many days, we cannot still see lights on our road. I wonder today how the visiting minister and the governor, they would have driven past Airport Road. The governor would have navigated themselves to Olobo if they were going to pass the popular Sapele Road. What will it cost the Obaoka local government to backfill that back portion as palliative before the federal government comes in? But they are not thinking about that. All they are saying is court case. Go around the city now, everywhere is gridlock. Not even because of the Christmas, but because the traffic management is very, very poor. Traffic lights are all worn out. The on-ground traffic management team that is on ground, they are not even, will I say, scientifically energetic or technologically energetic to manage the traffic situation in the state. So, to be very, very, very factual with what is obtainable today, we are of the opinion that people should not be making our discussion in Edo State politically to be issue based and not sentiment, not on the grounds of political activism or not on the grounds of political up and down, as the case may be. It should be on the ground of issue based. What concerns us? What is our business? What we feel we want? As I'm talking to you now, information just reaching me that the court sitting in Abuja is still ongoing. So why, if the governor knows that he does not have skeletons in his cupboard, the governor knows that his results are clean, the governor knows that the issues he has raised are genuine, why is he jumping from one court to another in a bid to pervert justice? They just went to the Apex court. The Apex court said that such a matter cannot be stopped and it should be heard. You are still not comfortable. You have approached the Supreme Court. Is it the governor's salary is using to do all of this? So my conscious Edo people, I believe we must jettison this kind of misinformative social presentation. Just like the other day, I was watching the Comrade show. Somebody who lives in UK, who is student or who is child or his brother's children are not in any of these public schools, will be organizing a platform for the governor to come and tell lies to the people that primary education is in fact going through a broad revolution, when that is the reverse. I come from a village. How many teachers are even in my primary school in my village? The governor comes from a village in my ward also. How many teachers can you see in Uguneki? How many teachers can you see in Ohala? How many teachers can you see in Okoko? I can go on and on. How many primary school teachers? But they say they are revolutionizing the primary education, the basic board. What do you call it? Universal Basic Education Board, UBE board. Is this yes, SOBEB, that's SOBEB. Is this what we want to be doing, where young people who are in abroad, who their children are benefiting stupendously from the work of great race like the Britons, like the English that even colonized us? You will sit down there and you'll be telling lies that SOBEB is reforming education. Go to the primary school. If any serving commissioner can take his or her child to any of the school in their villages where they come from, we will not begin to believe that the reforms are there. But rather than the government center these issues that we are clamoring and they say they are doing for us on the issues that surround it. No, it is today God federalism, God modernism, God sisterism, God uncourism, God everything relating to deceit. Let the conscience of our youth let us know that the more we continue to sleep in this slumber that we have find ourselves called misrule, the earlier we realize that the future is doomed for all of us. Edo people, Edo State is our own state. We do not have any other state apart from Edo State. So if we are in democracy and we cannot galvanize ourselves We cannot galvanize ourselves to do those things that will better the lot of Edo State, to do those things that will ensure that we have a society that is equal, unjust, and secure. Only God knows what the next 30 years or 40 years will be. And my happiness is that those persons who are doing everything humanly possible to aid government to deceive our people, those persons, they still have family members back here in Nigeria. But the truth be said, would they be happy that because their immediate family are over there with them in Europe, in UK, in Asia, in America, in areas where you have civilized infrastructure, where you have civilized governance, would they be happy that their family back home who cannot afford such a life are being subjected to one form of intimidation, hardship, poverty, hunger, and misrule for the benefit of just a few interests, very few interests? So my dear people, it's so sad that this very evening I've not found it so happy. But we want to ask that please, in the spirit of oneness, in the spirit of the way forward, let us as a people promote that which is right, that which will further give us a better position and a better view as a people. So once again, I remain another person than yours, noble right activist. By this evening, we are going to be having a very broad discussion, and we're also going to be throwing our lines on so that we can actually have contributions from our audience. There are so many heated issues in Edo State, and not until when we as a people resolve such, the level of injustice will be on the high side. For me, as you can see, at this very moment that I'm speaking to you, the commissioning of this gas plant is ongoing. In case of most of you who are not following it up on channels, you can see it. The Honorable Minister for State is the one commissioning it. You can see the MD, MPDC. You can see the governor next. And after the governor, you can see the MD, MPDC and representative from the palace. So that is it. If you are following us, you will see it. Please find out time to watch that clip and hear who actually owns. Find out time to watch this clip. It's as if you didn't see it very well. Find out time to watch this clip. You can see it. Find out time to watch this ceremony. It's live currently on channels. So for me ordinarily, I believe we as a people can do better. So my conscious Edo people, let us. It is even written Presidential Commissioning of MPDC Integrated Gas Handling Facility (IGF) and LLPG Storage, dispensing unit Olobo. That is the name of the project. So we'll be discussing more of this in the evening, and please do not forget responses into our budget issues we raised will be coming out shortly, and that presentation is going to be fair reaching. Once again, I remain another person and yours, noble right activist. Behind the cameras, people are seeking my attention, and if I will not be distracted, let me plead that we meet 10 p.m. tonight, when I believe everybody will be home, to discuss further. But just as I've always asked, everybody should ask the governor, why is he not waiting for the courts to hear the matter, and he proves his innocence while running from one court to another, all in the bid to ensure that the matter before them is not hard. This is very sad, and I believe strongly that Edo State government is for all of us. Once again, join me live 10 p.m. Thank you.
Let us know what you think. You hear Emmanuel Agbogun, you don't hear everything when you don't talk today for this video. Go to comment section, make you put your own for there. And before you go, abeg, try make you subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube so that make you for dey current with all the things wey dey happen for Edo State. So make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.